Okay. Hello, Sarah. Hello, Steven.
Hello, Professor. Professor, we can't see you.
I do not hear you, but I hope to hear.
Do you hear me?
Yes, we can hear
Please
you.
just maybe show yes or no. Yes or no. Do you hear me?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, okay. And now I will try to check the sound, because if you are speaking, maybe we do not hear it here in the class.
Your computer audio is down on the far right is off. I don't know if that affects it.
Computer audio. Yeah.
So on the computer, on the bottom right of the screen.
Sure.
I'm not sure.
Yes, 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 yes. No, it should be maximum. It should be maximum. You can you try to just speak something, tell something? Okay.
Okay. Professor,
Oh, okay.
can you hear me?
Yes, yes, perfectly. Excellent, excellent. Whew. Yeah, thank you for joining the class today. I think it is most interesting and important part. Yeah, I think this way we can see the class. So I hope that we can skip administrative things, lectures, and homeworks today and focus on the practical parts, which are most important. Probably you didn't have a chance to open the little PowerPoint that I sent, but it is not a duplication of what we will be doing in class. I hope the recording will go okay, and I'll show it later. These slides show maybe overall picture, then introductory steps, and then just random things. So do not use them as a replacement of the class. So the goal for our today's activity will be to start communicating with external computer. We are not going to do any computational chemistry. We will be doing only communication with remote computer, learning some baby steps, how to connect, how to open file, how to edit it, how to transfer file between computers. And if we get the skills during today, I think it will be more than enough. And then next Wednesday, we will try first steps in building models of materials and molecules. So I'll probably open slides later, but here is how I see what we're going to do. I will invite all of you to go to browser, navigate to a specific software, download and install it on your laptops or other computers. And the slides show like each small step of downloading software, which probably is excessive. You can do it without this detailed guidance. And then after the software is installed, we will connect to a specific remote server where Steven is the system manager, and create individual directory for each of you, and try some very basic things like open file, close file, change directory, download file. And by this time, our meeting will be done. So please, I encourage you to feel very relaxed, comfortable, and interrupt me at any step. What else? As we go, if you are here in the class, I can step behind your shoulder and check what you are doing. If you are online and there are some questions, I may ask you to share screen, and then we will debug things together. So here is a little bit more focused camera so that it shows part of the screen. And I'm going to share screen and first just very quickly and briefly go over this slides, but they see it's
Loudly.
Can you please speak louder, closer to microphone? Okay. I do not hear if you are telling something. So the goal for our today's meeting and next meeting is to practice both communication and visualization. So today we will cover communication and next time we'll go for visualization. And we are going to focus on the so-called OBX term, but if you have Linux on your personal computer, there is just typically SSH command. If you use Mac, there is a terminal command. And there are several other options on the Microsoft Windows, but the one that we will practice enables graphical commands in addition to text. And there are a couple of pieces of software that we are going to use next time, and we will focus primarily on the so-called Gauss U, but it could be other. Learn how to go to next. So basically, I'll probably just show it in a running way, but or I can quickly go through slides. So we all will. I'll do it myself and invite you to do it just in the searching engine in the browser. Just type this word, follow it, and there will be option website for the software where you will click download, then select the free home version, which is sufficient for what we do, and you click download, some file will appear, you click open, and then when there will be a downloaded file, you double click it, it automatically will extract. And after it is extracted to a specific place, you just double click it to run. And after you start it, you'll see a window like this. Click, and starting from this point where you will see screen something like this one, you go and do some practical things. So do not worry if it did sound boring. I'm going to do all the things live as a demonstration, and then we'll make sure that all of you can do it. So please open browsers, type this like, I don't know, it's the abbreviation, but it's like 3 parts: MOBA, letter X, and then term for like terminal. So please follow me and try to do the same in your browser. And maybe I see your faces that you have practiced it before. Did you?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Anyone online, you can answer or just show it like yes or no. Did you try to do it before? Okay, Sarah. Okay. Then let just click and see if you get the same things.
Oh, excuse me, for
Yes.
mobile term, is it just the software for Windows system or no?
Yes.
It works.
If you do you have Windows right now or
No,
what do
it
you
is
have?
Mac. It is a Mac.
Okay. It is easier. I'll do a little demonstration for Mac. It will be, you do not need to download anything. So Sarah, I'll tell to everyone else and then return to you. It will be really quick. Kea, do you Windows or Mac?
Professor, now I'm in Windows.
Windows, okay. Then please try to follow these steps and
Okay.
go into this website and download the thing.
Yeah, I already installed that software.
Okay, then I'll do a little demonstration for Sarah. I'll reconnect from the Mac and just show it will be much quicker than explaining. There should be no problem. Okay. So I'm going to share screen. So if you are on the Mac, do you see my cursor, my marker, Sarah?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to the lower right, click on applications, then in the applications I look for utilities. So it's a symbol of wrench and screwdriver. It's very close to the end of the list. So it's if you do not have much software, it will be in the last line. So you find utilities, and there, if you after you click utilities, there will be a symbol for terminal. Terminal. So you click on it, and window. And then you get a line where you can type. You can type something. Are you, Sarah? Are you trying to do the same thing right now?
Yes, I found the terminal.
So please try.
I found the terminal. Open it.
Did you open it?
Yes.
Okay, good. Then you will be doing the same things as everyone here in the class. And for the future, right now it will be not practical. You may
consider to install one more piece of Mac software. No. Another piece of Mac software which is here, X Quartz. Quartz. XQUARTZ.
Okay.
But for if the rest of the class, if you do not plan to use Mac, then you don't care about it. Okay. So I'm going to mute this laptop and disable screen sharing there, and then return back to the primary station. So we are now in this window for external. So we okay, there should be no feedback now. In this line, one needs to type command that consists of 3 components. So first one is SSH for like secure shell. Next one is username, and for educational purposes, I invite everyone to use my account, but as we go further in the course, there will be an opportunity to open individual accounts. So just type this one. And then the third component, you put this symbol, same as in the email, right? And then instead of email domain, you give the address for the computer, same as people do for email. So the it will be quite long. So prepare your patience. It will be like about 20 symbols. Photon, like particle of light. Chem as chemistry. Then NDSU, like our school. Then no duck as North Dakota. Then EDU. I probably should copy and type it also in the chat line. And after you type this command, you hit enter, and it will ask for the password. I'll try to find a secure way to communicate the password to everyone. But before, let me share the command through the chat line. So
Professor.
yes.
So I typed my email address, NDSU email address, and it shows the network is unreachable.
No. The word about email address was only as an example. It shouldn't be email
Okay,
address.
okay.
Literally what
Okay.
I'm typing. Okay. And oh, I know what to do. I will disable recording for a minute, tell the password by words, and then return to the recording so that we do not share it with people who will be watching it publicly.
Okay.
So
Stop sharing, Kira.
Okay. How can I stop sharing?
let's learn Linux commands. There are, it seems like language between humans. And please correct my pace if I'm too quick or I'm too slow. So first one, PWD, which is pathway detection.
PWD.
PWD. So it is analog. Let me show like a demonstration. If I use file manager, it shows where we are, like desktop. Now on the Windows, we are on a desktop. Instead of clicking and navigating through this line by mouse clicking, in the Linux, you just, there is no graphical way, so you need to change it by text. Now, let's do CD, which is change directory. CD, not compact disk, but change directory. CD space, and then slash. And then hit enter. So after this, you can type PWD once again. So this slash means the root directory, the highest level. There is nothing above it on this computer. In old-fashioned Microsoft DOS, it was like C drive. In today's Windows, it will be like going to this PC. Okay.
So dash is for PC. Okay.
Slash the colloquial language in the Linux community is root directory. It's more adequate if you use different nomenclature. It will be hard to talk to these people who or understand their explanations. So now next command is ls for the list.
LS.
ls. So, and now it shows the list of check how should I navigate through this. So it shows a list of possible directories, files and directories. So we do need to use a specific drive on this computer which has more space. So let's follow me, and there is a drive which is called Scratch 001 CD space slash Scratch 001, and after typing it, you can type PWD once again. So now instead of being in root directory, we are in this Scratch 001. There is a command that typically people do not use, but we can type df. df. It means disk-free space. And it shows that on this Scratch 01, there is a like 2.4 available terabytes. They're not all for the class and for us, but they're for other people as well. But we see that if you do not create excessive amount of data, it should be enough to play. And original Scratch is like has only 21 gigs available, so it's not recommended to put anything there. So typing pwd once again, ls. So there is a directory CHEM_476. Maybe it's not the best directory, but you'll play there. It's we all have privileges to access it. And after you go there, you can once again type pwd. So we are /scratch001/chem476. And there is a subdirectory CHEM676 2021. So I'm going, instead of typing this sequence of commands, I could type everything at once. Scratch001. Then this command. So I'm going to copy paste this command into the chat line just in case. Copy. Chat. Paste. And let me double check that we are. Yes, I think we are on the recording. Just in case if anyone forgets it and we need to refresh memories. So please let me know if you are able to come to this directory, and when you type pwd, you get this directory. I'll check to those who are in class and then ask to those who are online. I'm confident that for Steven it is not a challenge. He could teach. I probably should ask Steven to teach this class, at least for today's lab. So let's. Sarah, are you in the right directory? Okay. Kea?
Yes.
Excellent, excellent, thank you. So if you type ls, which is a list, you see my name, right? Now let's do directories for each of you. So you type mkdir space, and then type how you like, would you like the directory for your things to be named. You can give your name first or last. You can type hero or the champion, whatever you like. So I see Sarah has created, Kea has created, Boston has created. Steven, it is not mandatory for you, but it will be easy if you follow homogeneous style and create a directory there. So we have Surrey, we have Kia, we have Boston. So MKDIR for make directory. MKDIR. MKDIR. And instead of hero champion, if you like it, you keep it, but something how you identify yourself. Okay, Leah, I think you did create this hero champion. Good. Steven, do you plan to open directory, or you don't think it is needed for you? Okay, excellent. Okay, good. So now you can go into your directory. CD. I will go into mine, but you better go into yours. Okay. CD space into your directory, and then you can do pwd and see where you are. So let me know if there were any challenges or if it is successful. Just show yes or no. Okay. Good.
Yeah, it's done.
Thank you, Lina.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So now you know how to browse through directories, and please make notes or watch the recordings later, because it will be like everyday activity. You repeat it again. You need to log in and go into the directories. Now, after I am in my directory, I want to practice creating and editing files, same as we do in Microsoft Word. So please prepare your patience. It will be a little bit uncomfortable and painful. So in the command line, the editors are not as comfortable as in mouse editing. So if something doesn't work from the first time, just be ready, and we'll make sure it works for everyone. It's not super heavy, just a little irritating. So I'm typing VI, which is Visual Editor, space, and then test file. You can call it in someone. Okay, you're speaking.
No.
So VI space, and then file that I want to create and edit. So after I do it, I hit enter, and I'm coming into the editing mode. Yes, Boston?
Yeah.
For this file that she wants to create, you want to create our own, not just test file.
You can call it anything you like, but please make sure it is in your directory, so that it will be unique. If we all come into my directory and request to create a file with the same name, the computer will resist. It tells, no, the file is already existing. I'm going to override it, or how do you resolve the conflict? So you need to go into your individual directory. So after you do it, you will see black screen or white screen with this TUDES, name of the file of the lower left, and the position line 0, column 0, where your cursor is. Now, strange things start here. So we need to type letter I once on the keyboard. After I type it, in the lower left, it tells insert. Means we are coming into the mode of inserting text. And then just type anything you like. I am inserting text. Errors are okay. It is only grammar. So just type a couple of lines of the text for example. It doesn't mean what you are typing. And after you are done, we need to do combination of keys. And this is quite, well, it's not the heaviest part thing in the life, but prepare. I'll write it down on the blackboard and then demonstrate. So it will be ESC and then Shift to access the semicolon, then
WQ.
yes, exactly, and then W, Q, and then enter.
No. Doesn't need exclamation mark, I think.
Correct. Sarah, you are correct. Ah, Sarah should instruct this lab. Excellent. So escape column, you see on the lower left column appears, and type WQ and then enter. And then you are coming back to the command line. So it happens each year when someone is typing to exit for the first time, something happens. So do not worry. You type escape to go from inserting mode to editing mode, then column, and then WQ, and then enter. So I'll go around and see that. So escape, and now home, shift, yes, now WQ. Kaya, were you able to do it?
Yes.
Okay,
Done.
excellent, excellent,
Yep.
super. So now, after we exited this file, you can practice another type, like in Windows. In addition to Microsoft Word, there are viewing commands. I don't know, like Acrobat for PDF, so like simple text. So one can type more, and then the name of the same file, more space test file. And then it just, and then you hit enter, and it will show content of your file. It's not editing, it's just inspecting the content. So it's much quicker command that will work naturally without problems.
There is another comment like more, I think cat.
Yes, yes. There is a cat and there is a tail.
Yes.
There is a head, tail, and cat. Yes.
Yes, right.
We'll probably get to them as we progress through the class. So I did found that I do have an error. I have a extra letter R, so I need to erase it. I'm going back to the file, type the insert mode, then click on the backspace and erase what I need to do. And then I can edit, right? So you can add and erase. There is also a command to delete line. So if you type escape and then DD, then the line disappears. I'll probably write it on the board. Escape, two symbols D. So it will delete the line. And then if I want to save these changes, I do the same, column WQ. But if I do not like my changes, I can do column Q exclamation, which means exit without saving. Okay. I'm going to browse through your directories and check that you were able to edit the files. And after I'm done with this, we'll practice uploading and downloading files to the local computer. And basically, we will be done and just check if there are additional questions. So I'm here, going one step back, going to Boston. File. Hi, my name is Boston. Okay, that's great. Okay, good.
No.
Yeah. Okay,
Yes.
very good. Huh?
Professor, there is an error.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I'm just checking that the file is there. And file. I will finish my PhD successfully. No doubt, for sure. Wait. Okay. Now,
Professor,
yes.
Can you show me the editing part again? Because you wrote something, then you go back to that page again, and then you edit.
So you bring your cursor to the letter that you do not like and type letter X.
Okay.
And the letter disappears. Okay, and then you do escape, colon WQ, and then the file is changed. So the is to go into
Another way to go.
insert mode by letter I, practice backspace. So you just erase things with backspace. Make sense? Okay, were you able to edit? Okay. So I'm typing PWD to remember where am I. And now I'm opening another window by clicking plus. So in one, there will be two tabs. In one tab, I am on this Photon server. And in the other tab, I am on the local computer. So in this mobile extern, which is just terminal access to our regular to the computer Windows computer where you are, and I'll make special comments for Sarah in a few minutes or a few seconds. So now for Windows users, you can also do PWG, you can do LS, and there is a desktop. You can go to desktop and then see whatever is on your desktop. Now, another little bit painful command is secure copy. Before we go to secure copy, let me show regular copy. So now in my directory, I have only one test file. I can do cp test file 2. Now I do have two files, right? And they are absolutely identical to each other. So test file 2 contains the same code in test file 1. So I'm going to show a little example that we shouldn't follow. I'm going to do something that is not correct. I can copy my test file into directory of Steven and call it mail to Steven. So do not practice it, otherwise we will create garbage in directories of each other. But if I go to Steven, you see there is his original file, class test, and there is a little piece of garbage that I moved to copy to his directory, right? Please do not do it to each other and to myself. Otherwise, we will come into a complete mess. But the only thing why I practice it, because to learn the format of the command. So CP means copy, then space, you show original file, space, and then destination, directory, destination name of the file. So from to, same as in sending mails. So CP is copying files within one computer. Now I'm going to, and there is another thing which will be wrong that I do not invite you to do. I also can copy from Steven his class test into here, space period. Period means the directory where I am located. Now I do have class test. In the directory which is considered to be mine. If we would use personal accounts, the system would prevent us from doing this dirty tricks. Each personal account is protected and you cannot do it. Now, just for educational purposes, we use one with a little lower security level. Yes?
Back up on the command where you sent it out or took it in. Those first two periods, what are those needed or what do they mean?
Okay. First two periods means go up one rung, one letter. So from Dmitry back to class directory, and then from there go to Steven's directory. And single period means identical, same where I am now. So we are going to practice the similar command with letter S in front. So we use CP for copy, and we will practice secure copy. So now I'm in another window, and I'm typing SCP. Here is the most painful part. I'm typing full name of the user, the server,
Professor,
yes?
I don't have this kind of things like that bar. I don't have.
I'll show you. I'll show you in a minute. Let me give general instruction to everyone, and then we'll go to case studies. So SCP space user host column then pasting the path to the files, and then the simplest one way is to give exact name of the file, like test file space period. Then I need to type the password the same as I used for login. And after it is done, I do have this test file on the local computer. So I will finish story in few more seconds and then go over once again and study cases for everyone else. Now I can go into the file server. And now you see here there is a test file. Let's select something to open it, like Notepad. I am inserting text, right? You recognize it. It is something I was typing. Okay. So let's make sure that everyone can practice it because it is an important thing. We need to be able to do it. For Sarah, you should open another tab in the terminal and select a directory on the Mac and do it. I'll chat a little bit more for everyone and then do example for Sarah if needed.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So, Kea, you should.
First, I'm not able to get this like a date, time, and it shows home slash home slash.
Do you have this little plus?
Oh, okay. I have the plus sign. Yes.
Click on it.
Okay. Okay. You use another.
Yes.
Then ls.
Another
Then ls.
tab, like another window.
Okay. Okay. Then CD desktop.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Okay. CD desktop. Then ls again. Ls. Okay.
Yes. Let me copy this command to everyone, but make sure that instead of using my subdirectory, you use your own subdirectory. Instead of Dmitry, you type your name.
Okay.
So chat. Paste.
CD. Okay.
Yes.
So how to make the local? So this.
I see a little problem. It will be given.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I'm helping someone in the class. I will go back to the station. Let me just.
This is the way that.
It's more efficient. Well, I'll do the comment.
Yeah, Kia, you were asking something?
No, it was me.
Oh, Sarah. Okay.
I used a secure copy to copy something into the my Mac. It said that it had copied, but I can't find the file.
Okay. I think it will be much quicker if I'll just do demonstration. Okay. I'll log in from the Mac and just show an example.
Okay, thank you.
And then I'll show to those who are using Windows, I will show a shortcut how to do it quicker.
Okay.
So I'll stop sharing here. Start sharing there. So on the Mac, so this is demonstration for Sarah. I need to have two shells, two windows. So I open new tab. Now I have this color is not visible. I will do better. New tab, basic, and increase the font size. It's a quick preparation. I'll be done with it in a second. So in one directory on the Mac, I can create. So right now I'm in my home directory. For Sarah, you should be also something in your home directory. I can create make directory like for the class, or yeah, let's do it. In some sense, you'll see all your files. Well, I have a not very comfortable structure. Maybe there is a documents. Yeah, so you can type documents, and there make directory. So you in your Mac, you are creating the directory where you want to send your files, and you may check by going through the home documents. You can check that you are navigating to the same directory through your file manager. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Then, since I do not have clear memory, in one window I log into Photon. There I navigate to the right directory where I want to take my files from and copy this path. Then I'm returning to another window where I'm not logged in, but I'm located on the local computer. And there I'm typing scp, then user at host. Then I put a column which separates name of the host from the path to file. And then I'm pasting the path to directory where my files are. And then I can either type the file name or put just star, which means all files, then put space and put period, which means copy here. Then I type enter. It will ask for a password. And then it did transfer all files that I had in my directory. Now I'm going to this directory in the file browser, and it shows they are there.
Okay.
I'm clicking on one of them, and it shows like I'm inserting text and all other silly stuff. Make sense?
Yeah, thank you. I have copied them, but I don't know where they saved. It just show me, for example, desktop directory, document directory, and then test file.
Let's maybe the best way if you share. Let me give you privileges of sharing sharing screen, and then you just share what.
Okay.
Make host. Yes. So please just share screen, and we'll see together.
My terminal.
Okay. So please. So in this window you are on a photon. Where is the window where you are on the local computer?
Here.
Okay. Please type pwd.
WD.
Okay. Now let's open file browser. You can just click on the trash can, or
Just as you see, the
no.
bottom
Let's
says
move you. Yes, I understand what you are asking. I'm just trying to help to navigate to it. So please use your marker to navigate to the left bottom symbol of trash. Click or double click. Now go in the top menu, top line, like no, very top line. Apple Finder, File, Edit, View, Go window. Very top. Yeah. Go. Select Go. Home. Lower. Home. Upper. Home. Click. And now you see, here is your test file.
Yeah. Okay, I
If
get
you
it.
double click on it, you should prove that. Double click.
Yeah, got it. Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. So you can stop sharing. So let's screen. return to this mobile extern. So we were able to copy file from outer directory to local directory. There is one can use inversion, just swap the order of the commands and forward file there, right? Let me show a little shortcut that
Shortcut.
so if I'm going to the directory, if I'm going to the tab where I'm on the remote computer, the mobile extern has several little tabs on the left, like sessions, tools, macros, SFTP. So in the SFTP, we can browse the files. We can browse the files and directories on the remote computer, same as we do in Microsoft Windows. So you see here, it shows home and then username. Here, a little bit below, there is a green thing with 2 dots, means going one ladder up. I click there, and now it shows simply home. Now there is a little tab, I pull it up. There is again 2 dots and green symbol. I do click, double click, and now it shows root. So it is equivalent to the command cd space /. Now I'm scrolling down, scrolling, and see this scratch 001. I click there, double click there, and then I see this CHEM676. I click there once again, double click, and it shows our CHEM676 2021. And there I do see all personal directories, including mine. I click here, double click, and I want test file 2. So I double click on it, and then it just appears in the text editor. I didn't practice this tool very often, but I believe that if one uses file, we can do it as a little experiment. If one uses file browser, maybe one can just drag and drop things from here to there. Yeah, I think it does. So we do have a way to upload and download files by just mouse drag and drop, right? So please practice it, but do not forget the scp command, and I'm going to advocate for it. The Photon server, operated by Steven as a big boss and manager, is a really cool computer, but it is not super powerful on the global scale. So as time passes by, when we will do more advanced problems, we will log into other servers. And for some of them, direct login from personal computers will be hard. So we'll use Photon as a proxy. And if we connect from one Linux box, from one server to another cluster, they may not allow mouse drag and drop things. And there, from one Linux box to another box, the only way to transfer files will be to practice this scp command. Therefore, although for communicating with Photon, it is not as critically needed, later on, we all will need this command anyway. Whew. I think it is enough for today. I'll just answer any questions. But if you feel you are comfortable and you do not have questions, you are free to disconnect and depart from the room. So formal part of the meeting is done. Questions and answer session will continue if needed. Yes,
There was a question. If we're on the Photon server, is there a way we're supposed to sign off of it?
oh yes, you type just exit. If you're sure that you want to exit, you can type exit. If you're not sure, if you're still doing something, do not do it. I will not type, I will not put the enter because maybe I need to do more demonstrations. And it is very respectful and good practice when you finish things to do exit, because otherwise, let me show. If you ask who, it shows that the user with username Kevin is logged into the server like several times, which is a little strange and headache for the administrator. I believe that Steven will be nice to us, but a regular system administrator without favors will send a message to the user and ask, why are you logged 20 times? I'm going to erase your account forever. So just if you are finished, just type exit and there will be one record less here. If you're curious, all commands that we were discussing do have documentation. So one can type man, which is not a person of the like, but it is a manual. So man ls, and it shows ls list directory, and then there are a lot of details.
LS list.
Yeah, ls list, but it shows a lot of additional details and additional options. So one can, for example, to exit I type Q. If I type simple ls, it is a list of files as a line. But if I type ls minus lt, it shows, it arranges files according to the last created. And it also shows additional information, date, size of the file, so this little text file. And here I send the PowerPoint file, which is substantially bigger. So if I do not want to be persecuted from administrator, probably I should delete this file. And if I want to learn what are those options minus LT, I can just type this manual ls, scroll through, I'll see until I see
There are so many things.
minus L, use a long listing format. I keep scrolling further. Minus T, sort by modification time. So for simple guys, just knowing couple of keys is enough to survive. If you really plan to be like Linux guru and system administrator, you can enjoy learning all these keys and then surprise people by solving big problems without programs, just in a 3 simple command line. But it was just extra comment.
You said language is Linux. I want to go out and look at like.
Yes, if you want to go into Wikipedia and learn more details. And there are a lot of books which are called like Linux Manual or Linux for Dummies. And Linux originates from Unix, which was designed in mid-70s. So it's way before people started using graphical information. So it's, this operating system was definitely older than Microsoft Windows and older than anyone here in the classroom.
And then if I wanted to just like play around with stuff, is there a safe environment I can do that without worrying about screwing up the school system or anything like that?
If you're not planning to erase anything or create big files, you can play a little there. But there are options to install Linux on your personal computer. And if you, as most of us have only one computer, you can browse online and find way to partition your disk. And then one partition disk and make, when you reboot the computer, it gives you boot options with like F12 or whatever. And then on one partition, it will be a standard Microsoft Windows, and on another will be Linux. Another thing, let me bring it up on the slides here.
Dr. Killen, something
Huh?
that, an email I
David?
received a few days ago. That was.
Can you please speak closer to the microphone?
I'm working on getting a new microphone. But an email I received this Tuesday said that this spring there will be training sessions for how to use on a variety of topics related to computing sciences held by the CCAS training department every other Friday from 2 to 4.
Yep, thank you. This is CCAST is another supercomputer that we are going to use, and attending this training session is good.
Could you send an
Yes,
email?
yes, I also have it, and I'll share it. And another thing, so more on the independence side rather than you see here there is a SIGWIN X. So it is so-called emulation. So if you're practicing, if you're using Windows as your primary operating system, you can look online and download this SIGWIN X, which will pretend create an environment equivalent to Linux, but all control of the vital parts of the operating system will be under Windows. So it will be like a window where you type Linux commands and Linux scripts, but in fact it will be still Windows. In the previous years, we used this SIGWIN X as a primary tool for the class, and recordings from some of the previous years will include it and share it as well. It's just less, a little more advanced and less simple than mobile extern. But there you can like do everything people do in Linux on your personal computer without installing actual Linux. Thank you for the question. And thank you, Stephen, for suggesting this session on the CCAST. Oh, if you ever talk to CCAST people, never tell that we all use the same account. They hate such tricks. Any other questions? Let me ask one by one. Kaya?
Yes. No, I don't.
Any questions? No? Sarah?
No, I'm good, thank you.
Okay. Lena?
Good.
Good.
Yeah.
Stephen, any comments or recommendations? Okay. Then I think we all are done. I also do not have any questions. So after we disconnect, I hope that recordings will be saved, and I'll process it and share around midnight today.
Professor, excuse me, can you explain a little bit about the homework?
Oh, yes, yes, absolutely. If anyone is in a rush, you can leave, but I'll happily tell about the homework. So write down molecular Hamiltonian for H2 plus, which means it is like molecular hydrogen with one electron removed. And lithium H, which means there are two ions and one electron from hydrogen and three electrons from lithium, so total 4 electrons.
Professor, why there is a hydrogen H2 and there is plus sign over there?
Plus, because it is ionized, cation.
Okay.
Because we remove one electron. So if here is an example for doing this molecular Hamiltonian for hydrogen, molecular hydrogen with 2 ions and 2 electrons, and the homework means doing the same thing with just different number of ions and different number of electrons. So you draw all ions, all electrons, make arrows to them, and then write a term for kinetic and potential energy, right? And basically how I will be looking through, I will just basically check if you give correct number of terms and correct signs, like where are pluses and minuses. If there is a little, it's not very large amount of writing, but it will be like long formula. If there are some little errors, I don't care. I will just check number of terms and signs. So by subtracting vectors, by connecting each pair of parts, one is getting Coulombic terms, which are positive if you connect same charges and negative if you connect opposite charges. I suggest we use uppercase for ions, lowercase for electrons. So if we subtract uppercase and lowercase, it should have negative sign. They are attracted. If you have both uppercase or both lowercase, it should be plus sign. They are repelled. Yeah, one can just show arrows that connect same sign and arrows that do connect opposite sign. But it is a personal way how you do this diagram. One can do it without any pictures at all. It's only a personal way. Then kinetic energy. For each particle, you write kinetic energy. I know that Professor Kivina gave you quantum mechanics expression with gradient, nabla, which is good. You can use it. But there is a simpler way. Momentum is the same as velocity, right? Almost the same. And kinetic energy is momentum squared over 2 masses. If we use uppercase for ions and lowercase p for electrons, then we write p squared, p1 squared over 2m for first ion, p2 squared over 2m for the second ion, and make sure that make sure that the symbols for that mass are different. For ions, they are big. For electrons, they are small. So here, if you use lowercase p, it is momentum of electron over 2 masses of electron squared. So there are total 4 particles here. There are total 4 terms for kinetic energy. 2 terms for kinetic energy of electrons, 2 terms for kinetic energy of nuclei. And if you use operators, it's fine, but I don't care. I just count terms. So then if I look for potential energy of Coulombic terms, here we do have two terms for propulsion, one between two ions, R capital, R1 capital, R2 capital, another repulsion between two electrons, R lowercase 1, R lowercase 2. And then there should be, let's count together how many repulsive. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 4 repulsive terms. So total 4 terms kinetic, 2 electronic, 2 nuclear, and 6 terms for potential. Out of them, 1 purely nuclear, 1 purely electron, and 4 electron to nuclear attraction. So the total number of terms 10. If you use H2 plus, there will be a substantially smaller number of terms because you have 1 electron less. If you use lithium hydride, number of nuclear terms will be the same, but number of electronic terms will be bigger because there are 4 electrons total, and the number of Coulombic attraction between nucleus and electrons will be also bigger. Make sense? So I believe it shouldn't be very difficult. Like complain to me if it takes more than 15 minutes. And do not be perfectionist. I will not check for minor typos or like constants. Did a little question to you? Did Professor Kiven introduce atomic system of units? Did she mention about it? Atomic system of units. Okay. Today we do not have a lecture. I do not want to bother you and bother myself, but basically, if you were carefully doing high school physics or college physics, or you may remember that for Coulomb terms, there is a pre-constant, like 1 over 4 pi epsilon 0 epsilon, right? Yes, but this in System International, where basic elements are like meter, 1 meter for length, 1 second for time, and so forth. There is a specific system of units which is intentionally designed to make constant in front of Coulombic term 1. So on one hand, it makes life simpler for you. On the other hand, it makes life simpler for me. Then I do not need to check if you put the constants correct. I'll just check number of terms. And if some of the ions are charged, like if it is hydrogen, then all ions, protons are plus 1, electrons are minus 1. If one of the ions is heavier than is larger charges, if it is further in the periodic table, like lithium, there will be 3 in attraction and 9 for 3 and for repulsion as well, because charge Coulomb also has a charge factors here. But again, I need just to see that we are on the same page for basic agreement and for partition of the energy onto kinetic and potential, and for contributions from nucleus, electrons, and their interaction through this little example. Is it enough?
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions? More questions 1, more questions 2, more questions 3. No questions, case is closed. So have a nice weekend. I'm going to disconnect and process and hope that video will be processed in a good way.
We are meeting Friday.
Yes.
Friday at 9.
Yes, let's meet Friday at 9 and then see how it goes. If there will be constraints and schedule conflicts, I'll practice flexibility.
Friday night, but maybe Sarah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Any additional questions? Please feel free to send by email. I really like to read emails and I try to answer.
One other quick question.
Yes, please.